So one of the great things about being a digital nomad is I can truly go anywhere I want, whenever I want. I can come out here miles away from civilization, in nature with trees and birds and fields, and I can come out here on a Monday just because I feel like it. Okay, so maybe I'm not really miles away from civilization. My in-laws' house is right there, but there are lots of birds and trees and fields and meadows. It's truly a beautiful place. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I want to share with you the 2 things you've got to do if you want to be successful as a digital nomad. And oftentimes people will get one of these things right. Oftentimes people will get none of them right, but very rarely will people get both of them right, and you need both of these to be successful over the long term as a digital nomad. So you want to know what they are? I'm going to tell you. Roll that intro. Okay, so like I said, if you want to be successful as a digital nomad, 2 things you got to do. 1, you got to know what you got to do. And 2, you got to be organized enough to do it. Let me say that one more time. You got to know what you got to do, and you got to be organized enough to know it. Now, I've learned this the hard way over the years, that if you get even one of those wrong, you can be incredibly organized, but not know what to do, and you're going to fail. Or you can know exactly what you need to do, but have no organization and no plan for actually getting it done, also going to fail. Or you could not be either of those things, and then, well, you're really screwed. So let's talk about how to actually make sure you accomplish those 2 seemingly easy things that can be remarkably difficult for, well, most people. Okay, now the first one. You got to know what you got to do. This is, for something so simple, is so remarkably difficult at times. And this is something that, believe me, I've struggled with more than just about anything as a lifestyle entrepreneur, as someone who's working for himself. When you have to do every aspect of the business, when you have to do the marketing and the writing and the pitching and the accounting, the promotion, when you have to do all of it, trying to figure out what to focus on at any given time can be really hard, like really hard. And so you got to know what you got to do. The only way to do that is to create a plan and to actually know what has to get done. The worst thing that can happen to me is for me to wake up in the morning, feeling good, sit down on my laptop, and I know I've got a dozen things to do, but I don't know what specifically I'm doing. So then I spin my wheels, then I hang out on YouTube, then I scroll the internet, then 3 hours have gone by, and I'm like, oh, cool, I just spent 3 hours in front of my laptop. I'm gonna go get a workout and do something that's not sitting in front of my laptop for a while. You feel like you might have gotten something done, but you really didn't do a whole lot. So recently I had my 5 golden rules post, and one of my golden rules is that before I close my laptop, before I quit for the day, I've got to come up with my top 5 for the next day. So what are the 5 things I have to get done? What's the order that I'm going to do them? And make sure that that's written out, so as soon as I sit down at my laptop ready to work next time, I've got those things in front of me. I know exactly what I'm going to do, because so many times in my life I've not done that, not known exactly what I was going to do, and then not done anything. And then you feel like you've wasted the day, and that can lead into a spiral and a rut. You feel depressed and demoralized. We don't want to go there. So instead, we're just going to define every day what we have to do for the next day. Seems simple? Easier said than done. But if you can get that far, if you can at least know what you have to do without having a crazy, insane to-do list, just 5 things each day, then you're going to be much better off. Okay, so what about that second thing? You've got to be organized enough to do it. So you might have a general idea of what you need to get done, but if you haven't put the systems in place to allow yourself to physically and mentally actually accomplish those things, well, you're going to be screwed. And again, this is probably more of an Achilles heel for me than knowing what to do in the first place, because I'm always scattered. I rarely have clean spaces. I rarely have a clear head. I'm always thinking about all sorts of different things. So if you can distill it down, focus on just the things you have to get done, and be organized enough to do it, you're going to be way ahead of the game. So how do you stay organized? There's 3 things I've found that have worked for me to help ensure that I do stay organized enough to do the things that I set out to do. So the first thing is, once a week, I declutter my desktop. I don't like my actual computer screen. I don't know if you're like me. I've got dozens of screenshots and files and different things that oftentimes permeate my desktop. So when I look at it, all I think of is, oh my God, there's so much going on. And then I open up Google Chrome and I've got like 25 tabs open. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much going on. One tab in Chrome, no files on the desktop, so everything in front of me is as clean and clear as possible. So I don't have a bajillion different distractions bombarding me at once. Also turn off all notifications on your desktop, because as soon as that text message or that PayPal notification or whatever it is comes up on your desktop, boom, you're out of the zone, you're out of focus. So step number one, that's clear your desktop, turn off your notifications, close all your Chrome tabs, try and make your desktop as clear as possible. Second, the space around you. I find when my office, when my home, or even if it's just a coffee shop, if I've got a lot of stuff strewn about the table, it is easy to get distracted. It's hard to stay focused. The saying, however it goes, cluttered space, cluttered mind, or whatever, I mean, that's totally true. And when you work from home, when you're constantly working on the road, you don't necessarily have one set place where you get work done. It is really, really important to make sure the spaces you do have are as clear of distractions as possible. I use a pair of Bose QC35 headphones that cancel everything out around me, so I can just kind of zone in on one thing. It's super, super beneficial. If you're a true digital nomad and you're like backpacking around, keep your hostel space as clean as possible. Keep your backpack as organized as possible. If you're at a coffee shop, eat, clear your space, and then get down to work. Clear your workspace, clear the space around you. That's going to allow you to stay as organized and focused on the task at hand as possible. And if you've done that first thing and you've got your to-do list for the day, then this is going to help ensure you can actually get stuff done. Finally, the third thing, and this has been a game changer for me, is use some sort of project management software to track all the things you've got going on. Let's face it, you've got too much going on, you're not going to remember everything off the top of your head. You're not going to know exactly what has to get done each and every day. So I dump everything in Asana. For my Today tab, I have no more than 5 things I have to do that day. And then each day and each evening, I will update it. I'll look at my upcoming tasks, I'll look at my different projects, and I'll organize my to-do list for that next day. But having a dumping ground where I can email myself notes, I can add it in the phone app, I can add it on the desktop browser app, no matter where I am, I can just dump everything in there. Once a day, I organize it, figure out my plan for the next day, and away you go. Happy, productive, loving life, clear mind. It's great. Of course, you know, it doesn't always work like that, but that's what I strive for every day. That's how, as a digital nomad, when I'm traveling, when I'm on the road, that's how I'm able to get as much done as I do, which admittedly, some days is better than others. But knowing this plan, when I stick to the plan, things work out really well. So no matter what you do, clear your desktop, clear the space around you, know the 5 things you've got to do every day, and then use software and technology to help you accomplish that and get that done. So I hope you found that helpful. I'm Sean Ogle of Location Rebel. We help you build small businesses you can run from anywhere in the world. Whether you want to be a blogger, a freelancer, affiliate marketer, we got resources for all that. Go to locationrebel.com/YT. You'll sign up for our 6-day free course, all geared towards helping you build a sustainable lifestyle business that's going to let you to do, well, this, you know, hang out in your in-laws' backyard while it's the holidays. Why not? Sounds good, right? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we have a new video. Right now, that's every Mondays and Thursdays. Of course, that's subject to change, but as long as I stay organized and I follow my own advice that we gave you in this video, that's what you can expect to see. So with that, I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful nature-y experience I've got out here, and I don't know, maybe shoot another video. We'll see how it goes. Have a great day. Peace.